On the 14th of July 2019, you're going to receive a message. You're going to receive an information. You're going to receive a piece of information that is going to be very important and very significant when it comes to your current situation. On the 14th of July, everything is going to change. I'm not saying that everything is literally going to change on that particular day, but this message, this information, this realization that you're going to have through this message and information, it's going to be literally life-changing, because it is going to be completely connected and it's going to reflect on every single thing that you have done so far in your life, okay? And especially those things that you have been focusing on for the last 7 months, and those things that you have been kind of thinking about that you weren't too happy about. This is all going to have a certain relevance to it, and you're going to absolutely like it. You see, subconsciously, and your third psychic eye is going to be very enhanced, and intuitively you're going to be very strong throughout July, indeed. And the fact that you're going to be very strong intuitively, it's also going to be able to feel this message from a slightly different angle. I'm saying that this is going to be connected to the challenging situation. This is going to be connected to a very interesting situation, and this challenging situation that is going to be connected to this message, to this realization that you are going to have on the 14th of July. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be mind-blowing, and it's going to be very significant, and most certainly this is going to be something that is going to surprise you, and it's going to challenge you. It's going to be like a challenge of what I said now. It's going to be quite challenging, because only like about a few months ago, this is something that you wouldn't go for. Only like about a few months ago, you would just say like, absolutely no way. But now emotionally, you see, emotionally, this is going to be huge months for you indeed. It is not only about July, my gorgeous Aries. Not that long ago, your emotional life started to change. Your emotions started to make sense. Those emotions that didn't make sense, those feelings that didn't make sense, now they started to make sense slowly. And now these feelings and these emotions are going to make you realize that in order to move on with your life, and in order for your life to change, in order for you to be happy, in order for you to be excited again, you see, and energetic again, you see, you need to realize and you need to see what is karmically holding you down, what is making you unhappy, what is making you sad, what is bringing you down. It's just so important. This is all going to make sense, but especially when it comes to your emotional life, and especially when it comes to your career, these two things are going to be absolutely super important when it comes to July 2019 indeed. And what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Aries, prepare for really important months. And I'm going to say that it's really important months because it's all going to be about your own adjustments, and it's all going to be about what you really like. It's all going to be about you reconnecting with yourself, you reconnecting with your childhood, you reconnecting with all those things that have been like very significant in your childhood. And what is going to happen now? Emotionally, you will be able to connect to your childhood, and there is something that's missing. So something that used to make you like really excited and really happy and really, really happy in general when it comes to your childhood. This is about to come back. This is about to bounce back. And it's not only that, but for once you're going to realize something very important through that situation about yourself, okay? And for two, this is also going to be very important time for changes and very important time for your spiritual growth. And that's why throughout July, throughout this month, you are going to feel like very adventurous. You are going to feel like you want to try new things. You're going to feel like completely awakened, you see. And also, when it comes to the actual things that have been going really, really slow, but especially when it comes to you, your particular spiritual path, and you wanting to do like a big changes, like interesting changes, you just kind of couldn't feeling it. You couldn't feel it for the last like about a few months. And now this is only because there was a certain cloud that was like making things not as clear. So now that cloud is about to be clear, and now there is going to be also an important swift change that you are going to have this month. And that swift change is going to be just so important because it's going to involve you, it's going to involve other people, but you're also going to do something and make a really important decision. And decision that you're going to make this month, it must come from you, it will come from you, it will involve other people, and it's also going to be so important and so significant that other people after a long time are going to be benefiting from it. Okay? What else I was going to say, please just, I need to make sure that you understand this, that throughout July it's going to be like really important time for you to try as many things as you can, try as many things as you want, because adventure is going to bring you something that is going to be literally life-changing. Just remember, in July, throughout July, when you feel a certain adventure, when you want certain adventure, when you kind of want to be the part of something unusual, a part of something different, a part of something that you wouldn't normally be, which would be like an adventure, go for it, because there is something very hidden waiting for you. There is something very hidden and very sacred there waiting for you, because you are about to discover something very interesting about yourself. And what you're going to discover very interesting about yourself is just going to be a huge part of your life later on, because you also have a number 10 when it comes to the actual numerology. Number 10, it's all about a big change that is happening in your life, big change that is going to start in your life, big change that is purely and primarily coming from you. And this big change also wouldn't happen, and it would not happen if you didn't reach the certain stage of your spiritual journey. This is just so important, because also number 10 means that this big change is going to be relevant to your home, and you're also at the same time something is going to happen like in the family, or like something is going to happen very, very important around the people who mean to you a lot, who mean to you so much. So this is what number 10 means. And also you're going to be focusing a lot on your home, you're going to be focusing a lot on your surrounding, you will be focusing a lot on your home when it comes to the actual, like spirituality, when it comes to like the things like like maybe little crystals. You will want to like kind of like maybe you will want to buy like a really like a nice sacred flower, or you will want to buy like something that means to you so much, like a little statue. But it's just all going to be so much connected to you, to your spirituality, to your spiritual journey, and what makes you feel good, what empowers you, and things like that. What number 10 also means is just that there is going to be a particular message that you are going to need to give to somebody as well. You will be the part of the certain journey where you are going to need to be like some kind of a messenger. Therefore it's going to be entirely down to you, up to you, to deliver like a really important message. And that message that you're going to deliver, you must remember my words, please, Aries. This is so important, because karmically this is like, oh my lord, it's like so important. So whichever message that you receive that is concerning somebody else, just make sure that you don't deliver it too late. It is going to be up to you, and your little sacred angel role this month is going to be the role of a messenger. You are going to be the messenger, and it's going to be entirely up to you to deliver this message on time. And this is going to be so wonderful and so beautiful, because karmically this is going to be like, oh my lord, so important. And it's like a domino. Not only you will benefit from it, but other people are going to benefit from it. Like quite a group of people is going to benefit from the fact that you will do something. And this is important, and it's karmically really strong, and it's karmically really important. It's a part of your spiritual journey, and this is going to be something that is just going to make you realize a really important stage about your life. It's about to be unfolded because of this. A great accomplishment, very important and very significant, because most certainly this is going to be something that is going to help you to rediscover yourself, but also the decision is going to help you to make a really important decision that normally you just didn't have enough maybe strength, or you didn't have enough emotional power. It's an emotional decision that you're going to need to make, and this is so significant and important, because in the long run it's going to help you on one hand, but then on another hand you will know that this is something that you need to do, and that you needed to do, and it's just a matter of time when. Okie dokie. Now, what else I was going to say, that when it comes to the actual health, I need you to make sure that you are taking the natural form of B vitamins, and if you are eating the food like a really rich or extremely rich in B vitamins, this is so important, because it is going to be like a little bit like a, I wouldn't say stressful time, but you know, stress is normal. You know, at the end of the day, you know, stress is normal because it's just kind of the way our body works, and it's just our body responds to what's happening around us. And when we deal with things the way we deal with things, you know, believe me, you know, just a little bit of stress is actually quite good, you know, because it makes us act in a certain way, it makes us act really fast, it makes us act really quick, but also the way we think, you know, is just much quicker actually while we are under the stress. So that's why I'm saying you will have a lot to think about, a lot to focus on this month, and that's basically going to be like just like a little bit of stress that you will go through. So that's why I wanted to recommend you to like have like a natural form, a natural source of B vitamins. You see, it's just so important to take like a natural B vitamins, like nothing chemicals, please, please, please. Or if you don't want to take vitamins, as I said, like eat as much as you can like a food which is going to be rich in B vitamins. It's just so important, like there is no tomorrow. On another hand, it's the actual herb, it's the actual fruit, Amazonian fruit called camu camu, CAMU. Okay, camu camu, and I'm sure it's a CAMU or a KAMU. I think it's CAMU, yeah, camu camu. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, and it's like a fruit, and it's important, very significant, because also you will, because of this, like a little bit, a tiny little bit of stress, this is also going to drain you a little bit, and this drainage just may cause like a little bit of like a cold and flu. Nothing too much, nothing too bad, but it's just that the energy is going to be a little bit drained, so you just need something for like a little bit of, to boost your immune system, to boost your immune system, and I would highly suggest you to get camu camu, which is Amazonian fruit, the richest source of vitamin C, and it's absolutely remarkable. It's amazing. It's a good, like the richest source of vitamin C that gives you like at around 1.2 thousand milligrams of vitamin C, but just 1 little teaspoon. The second one to that, next to that, will be acerola cherry powder, which is like at around 1000 milligrams per 1 little teaspoon of vitamin C that you get. But I would highly suggest that you get camu camu, because it's like more powerful, it's more strong, and I think that you're going to benefit from that, taking this every single month. Now, this is an important natural, super organic, natural form of vitamin C, and I suggest you take 1 little teaspoon every single day throughout the month. 1 little teaspoon every single day throughout the month, and you take it with a little bit of like a cherry juice, which is quite sour, so you can take the taste away, or you take it with a little bit of orange juice, or with any juice, you know, like this camu camu, because the taste is like a little bit of like a bitter, a little bit bitter. It reminds me of nutmeg a little bit, you know, like a little bit bitter taste. Or you can take it like acerola cherry powder, which is like a more sour than bitter, you see. So it's like, but I would suggest you camu camu to do this, and because it's going to help you a lot with rejuvenation. If you do go for B vitamins like a supplement or tablets, they need to be natural without any chemicals or anything like that. Okay, but if you're on any medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, then you need to check with your doctor, you need to check with your GP if you decide to take like a tablet, in a tablet form or a capsule form, B vitamins, which is something that I highly recommend. Okay, so now the first date that I would like you to pay attention to, it's actually going to be on the 2nd of July. Ooh la la. Now on the 2nd of July, it's going to be like a little bit strange day, because it is just going to be a little bit of conflict that you are going to have with someone, or you're going to be prone to have a little bit of conflict. Now, every time when you have like a little bit of conflict, I highly suggest you to get, I don't know where did I put my my little pen. Oops, my tarot cards ended on the floor. I'm not sure where did I put my little pendants, okay, but I would just like, I highly suggest you to get something like a tiger's eye. Just a second, I will be back in 1 second. I will just show you where this is. Just a second. Sorry. Okay. I'm back! Ta-da! Okay, so sorry. So basically, it's a tiger's eye. I highly recommend you to get a tiger's eye every single time when we're in this particular situation. Every single time when we are like surrounded by like some kind of people that we could have some kind of conflict through or conflict from. I highly suggest you to get like a tiger's eye. You see, this tiger's eye actual pendant comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain. Into the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying this tiger's eye, you're also supporting this channel as well. Okay, I highly suggest you to get a tiger's eye because it's going to help you to protect yourself against evil eye, against negative energy, and especially when we are going through some kind of conflict with certain people. This tiger's eye is going to help you to like think sharp, think clearly, have a bright focus, but at the same time it's going to protect you especially against like a negative energy that these people will be projecting against you. So I highly suggest you to get a tiger's eye to wear on the 2nd of July, but it's not only about the 2nd of July. I think throughout the month it's going to be very significant for you to wear this crystal, so because there will be challenging that you will be making, but also you will be meeting certain people that are going to be a little bit having a strange energy, actually, to be quite honest. So that's why I'm highly suggesting you to wear tiger's eye crystal. On the 2nd of July there is going to be like a conflict, a little bit of conflict, a conflicting influence, and this is going to be the person that is just going to be connected to the certain learning curfew, to the certain journey when it comes to the some kind of study and some kind of learning, and it is just you that you wanted to be part of something, and this particular person is still kind of going to try to put a certain stop on something, because this is not going to be good feeling. This is not going to be too positive, because you will want to kind of escape from the certain situation when it comes to your life, and when it comes to the way you think, and when it comes to your energy. You will realize that you may be like affected by this a little bit too much. On one hand, it's going to be brilliant because you're gonna also like realize that there is a certain completion that is going to become really evident after this point. But then again, that completion is immediately going to make you realize that there is a harmonious time going to come through if you deal with this particular situation. What is going to happen as well on the 2nd of July, it's going to be really important because there is going to be basically somebody who is very loyal to you, somebody who you really like, somebody who you really think of very highly. It's also going to give you an idea. It's going to tell you something on this day. It's going to give you an idea, and that idea, it's not going to be so much like an idea, but it's going to confirm an important stage of your life that it's about to unfold, but you just needed to hear from someone else. You just needed someone else to actually say this. This is so important because it's somebody who is going to help you to make a certain jump towards the certain specific goal, and it's also going to be someone who's very helpful, someone who's very trustworthy indeed, and somebody who's going to have like the absolutely perfect work-life balance about them. On another hand, what else I was going to say, it's going to be highly important date when it date on on the 2nd of July when it comes to your your actual angels. You see, your lucky number on that day is actually number 7. What else I would like to suggest you that throughout that day, like wear number 7 written on your, have number 7 written on your hand, or have number 7 being on like a little pendant or something like that. It's just so important to try to attach your energy to this particular number of number 7, to be quite honest with you, because what you're going to do, you're just going to be that much closer, that step closer to something very important change in your life, especially when it comes to some kind of successful dealing. This is going to be followed by realization that very recently you had a successful dealings when it comes to money, wealth, and also it's all about a reorganization. Certain realization is going to be really important, but also the results of efforts are nearly going to be due, and that is just going to be one piece of information that is going to put a really big smile on your face, and you will see exactly what I mean, because there are certain things that are going to become available to you that they weren't available before. The second important date is going to be on the 16th of July. Now the 16th of July, it's all about the actual you feeling your own spirituality, you feeling the perfect combination of material and spiritual prosperity prosperity, and I really, really like it. And this is how your day is going to start. You're going to feel very powerful. You're going to feel very important. I would highly suggest to get something for yourself on this particular day. Buy something, something that means a lot to you. Buy something for yourself that it's just kind of going to make you feel so much better. It's just so important, because when we do this, when we reward ourselves in this way, it doesn't matter if it's materialistic. It doesn't matter if you buy like a little baseball cap or you buy like a little watch or something. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's materialistic. But if it happens at the right moment and at the right time, then you're just basically, your spirit is able to evolve, and you just reward yourself, and you will most certainly going to have a very important time of rewards when you actually try to reward yourself. On the 16th of July, try to do a little bit of pampering, go out, do something, try to do something, because it's going to be so important, because that energy is going to be really important, and that energy of power and accomplishment is just going to bring a beautiful vitality into your life. On another hand, let me tell you, on another hand, the 16th of July, it's also going to be important, because there is a good news that you're going to get. This good news is something you've been worrying about. This good news is something that you've been thinking about. This good news is something that you were hoping for, and it's also in the last 6 months, this has been something, just my Lord, so important and so significant when it comes to the last 6 months, when it comes to your life. And now this is also going to be something that you expected, but it's going to be much better. It's going to be brilliant, but it's going to be on the whole new level. On another hand, it is just all about the actual desires that you wanted to happen, and it's also going to be very important, because you're going to recognize certain abilities about yourself. You're going to recognize certain abilities, and now that is going to be something. Now that is going to be something important. That is going to be something huge. And I do see letter A. Letter A is going to be very significant when it comes to this particular situation. What else I was going to say, that on the 16th of July, you can expect a promotion. So some kind of promotion, most certainly towards the new level. But if you are looking for a job, if you're looking for work, then keep on applying, but also be super active on the 16th of July, or at around the 16th of July, one day before, on the 16th of July, and the 16th and 1 day later, because this is just going to bring you something else, and the energy is just going to be well balanced. The third important date, it's actually going to be on the 26th of July. The 26th of July, it's all about your practicality, and you will realize this is absolutely brilliant, and you will realize something really important when it comes to some kind of a business, when it comes to some kind of negotiations. Also, let me tell you something, the 26th of July is going to be absolutely mind-blowing day. If you do need to have negotiations, if you do need to discuss something important, if you do need to discuss something significant, the 26th of July is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because again, the energy is going to be on your side, and then again, you're going to end up with so much more on this particular day that you would normally end up with. On another hand, the 26th of July, it's all about your accomplishment, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. And also, you will have a very option to explore something that's going to be available to you to explore for the first time. It sounds really weird, I know, but let me tell you something, that this exploring that you will have, just be very cautious. I'm not saying that something is going to happen, but just try to kind of make sure to be smart and to be clever, and just go one step at a time, and it's to do with a certain exploring. On another hand, 26th of July, by the end of that day, there is whole new beginning of adventure that you are going to have. Whole new beginning adventure is going to start, and you will just kind of start feeling very naughty, very mischievous, but in a good way, because this is just going to bring you so much enthusiasm, and you will realize that you've got unlimited possibilities. There is no way, no chance that you should hold yourself down like that, locked for the floor, when you've got absolutely unlimited possibilities. I'm so happy for you, because there is something very interesting going to happen here by the end of that day, an opportunity that is just going to help you to be obsessed with a certain stage of your life, but obsessed in the best possible way, because when you have a good obsessive energy about something that you're doing, that you're making, then that goes that much further indeed. Okie dokie, my gorgeous Aries. Now, going on the first part of July 2019. Now, on the first part of July 2019, you are going to hear about a certain money. You are going to hear about a certain finances. This is brilliant because this is going to surprise you. This may be something that you knew about, or also this may be something that is going to surprise you. If you haven't got anyone to leave you the actual inheritance, because you may not have anyone to leave you inheritance, or you may not have a family or friends, you know, it happens, then this is also going to be the realization that you're going to have that very soon there's a certain money that is going to come through, certain money is going to come forward, and that money is just obviously going to like make you feel really, really happy, because I can see that immediately something is going to become available to you. You will be able to chill out, but also it is going to have an enlightening impact on you, because then you will realize that your life is going to start slowly changing at the beginning of July, and this is the little bit of a vavavoom confirmation that you needed in order to move on. On another hand, you will realize you just need to be assertive. Just remember that at the beginning of July you need to keep on being assertive, especially when it comes to the people who are like some kind of leaders, some kind of managers, or some kind of people like above us, or people that are making the actual important decisions for us. And that in itself is just going to become into determination, and it's also at the same time your determination about your determination about doing things to make yourself feeling secure, more secure in your life for later on, is just going to become your main determination, and that in itself is going to give you wings. That in itself is going to let you know as well, on another hand, this is exactly what you should be doing, and it's a lot to do with your security and power. Basically, the bottom line, my babies, is just go for it, focus, okay? What else I was going to say, by the time we get to the mid part of July 2019, my lord, you know, there is an omen that you're going to have. An omen that you're going to have, it's going to be a bird, a little bird that is going to be very unusual, but there is also going to happen something very unusual about that bird, and that bird is also going to be acting in an unusual way. So it's either going to look unusual, either going to do something unusual, either going to have an unusual little song, or maybe it's going to sing at a different time, but there is something very strange and very unusual going to be connected to the little bird. The certain bright color, it's also going to make sense, okay? So watch for the actual omen that you're going to have, for the good omen, very interesting omen, very powerful omen, and this omen is also going to be connected to you, to your good news and to your life. And try to think, what were you thinking at around the time when you saw this omen? It's very important because it's going to give you a life-changing information. On another hand, you will be feel like tested when it comes to making certain change at home, but this change is more like a certain input. You're going to need to put a little bit of your energy to calm the certain situation down, or to edit certain situation, to make a certain adjustment, and that is just going to be so important because it's going to be very significant for the certain balance, but it needs to come from you. When we are making like a really important decisions, or if like when we are dealing with emotional things, you know, and especially when we are not too sure like what is happening with a certain situation, when we are not too sure to tell how certain people feel, I highly suggest you to get like a black obsidian. You see, this black obsidian is another thing that I was going to say to you to wear throughout July as well, because black obsidian is just going to help you with so much, with the actual clarity. It is going to help you with your own power. It is going to help you with your own stamina, but especially when it comes to us being emotional, when we are dealing emotionally with emotional things, emotional people in our lives who we have feelings for, then this is the different type of energy. To make your energy like a grounded and powerful and strong, then you get black obsidian, so you protect yourself at the same time. This black obsidian comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And as I said, when you buy this, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, what else I was going to say is just like a bit of like a heartbreak situation that is going to happen in the mid-July 2019, and that heartbreaking situation, you will know that there are 3 things that are going to be very significant around it that you need to change. You need to make a difference in order to make it better. You will know immediately that this is something that you need to do. You need to make a really important decision when it comes to your balance, and that is also going to be really good if you're dealing with a situation that you're not too sure about, that is like kind of taking looking a lot from you emotionally, then you see the answer here is just to work, or do something that you like doing. This is an important thing to say, to do something that you like doing, because through your skill, you're absolutely to rediscover yourself. You're about to rediscover something so powerful about yourself, but you're also going to kind of be able to have a certain choice that you didn't have before, and abandonment on the certain situation is going to become really, really evident, because you're still going to be thinking, well, I should do it or not, but most certainly I will say yes indeed. By the time we get to the third part of July 2019, now by the time we get to the third part of July 2019, I'm so happy, because it's a very happy situation when it comes to home, and when it comes to the family, and when it comes to you, and when it comes to these people that mean to you so much. But when it comes to you making like a really important return, or when you're making like a really important decision, and it's this decision, it's also going to be connected to you reconnecting with the people that mean to you so much. The last part of July is actually going to be really important when it comes to reconnection, when it comes to socialization, when it comes to you enjoying yourself. But it's not only that. The last part of July is going to be literally life-changing, because the big dream is going to start unfolding here, and that dream, it's also going to be connected to you, where you live, how you live, and to certain traveling, and to certain idea that you're going to need to make, and also big victory and mental clarity over the situation that was just making you feel so uncertain. Strength and compassion are going to become very significant when it comes to the end of July. There is this person, somebody that is going to try to scrutinize you at the end of July, and I don't like this person, and this person is connected to some kind of money, some kind of career, some kind of finances, or this person is also like kind of around you every now and then, and somebody is going to try to scrutinize you. And now it looks like that you're going to make a really important decision, because you will be able to make a really important decision, but don't rush into decisions. Just remember to go home, sleep one night, and then you make this particular decision. This is so important. Let me tell you, go home, sleep, and then make a certain decision, because you are going to make a really important decision, and that in itself, it's going to make you almost immediately to become like the part of the certain competition, and that competition that you're going to become a part of, you're actually going to do really, really well. It's very challenging, it's really good, but it's an amazing opportunity that you are going to have, and that in itself is just going to be something that's going to God! That in itself is going to become the situation where you will be presented with a choice, yes or no, and your answer is most certainly going to be yes, and there is an important traveling, important journey that you're going to make at the end of this month as well. Now you see, I'm all like clumsy today. I dropped my tarot cards. I'm really clumsy today, you see. It's just one of those days. Okay, just a second. Let me just get them. Hello, my darling. Okay. Right. Oh gosh. See? There. Okay, so now basically I'm going to take these tarot cards. Let me just check just a second. Do I miss any? No, I don't. Okay, so you Aries, my gorgeous Aries, I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship. My gorgeous Aries, this is for July, and this is those of you that are actually in relationship. This is going to be an important month. You will need to have your eyes everywhere, because for those of you that are in relationship, your partner is going to need a little bit of help. Your partner is going to need a little bit of idea. Your partner is going to need like a little bit of power that is going to come through you, from you, my babies, because you're very clever, you're very smart, you're very sharp, you're very quick, like this Aries, you're very smart. But I'm not saying that your partner is not smart, but it is just because of your smartness, because of that balance, there is going to be an advice that you're going to need to give to your partner, that you are going to give to your partner, and that advice is going to be amazing. That advice is going to be absolutely brilliant, and that advice is going to be just something that your partner would do. It wouldn't do if you didn't say this advice, or if you didn't come up with. So your advice is going to be so powerful that it's just going to be something that is going to get both of you going, but it's also going to be the beginning of something really important. This is just so significant, because also that advice, what is going to happen, it's actually going to be a really important opportunity for both of you. So it's down to your advice, it's down to your cleverness, it's down to your intelligence, okay? But that is also going to reflect on both of you. So it doesn't really matter, because there is an amazing opportunity that you're both going to have through that. But it's going to come from you making a certain advice, my gorgeous Aries, okay? So now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you Aries that are actually single and ready to mingle. As I said, you know, this month is going to be like ooh la la when it comes to you discovering yourself, rediscovering yourself, you enjoying yourself, you feeling sexy, you feeling radiant, you feeling really good, you feeling powerful. You know, throughout this month, this is going to be so good time, but especially the end of July is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. There are lots of people that you're going to meet. There's a lot that you're going to be focusing on, lots of friends that you're going to meet that are going to inspire you so much. But when it comes to the actual meeting somebody really important or meeting somebody really special, you see, something is going to happen this month. You're going to meet someone really important, you're going to meet someone really special, but through that particular person, you will probably like them first, you will fancy them first, but then you will very quickly, very soon realize that this is not the right person for you, this is not somebody for you. But it's just very interesting, and it's very powerful, and very quickly, you know, your mind is going to swap to that, from that, oh, I like them, I want to be with them, to the actual, no, I don't like them, but they're very interesting indeed. You see, something happened to that person. That person is going through something very unusual. That person is going through something very bizarre, especially when it comes to their life, and that reflected on them in such a way that they're not going to be able to trust, they're not going to be able to forgive for a really long time, because karmically they have done something but they haven't finished it properly. So this, why am I saying this to you? It's because this is going to reflect on you in such a way, because you will, this is, believe me, not going to be really important time for you, because through somebody's negativity and through somebody's pain, you're going to realize something really important. And that important realization that you're going to have, it's going to be the beginning of something really good, the beginning of something really huge. And it's also going to make you realize, if you didn't meet this person, if you didn't go through this situation, you wouldn't be able to use this situation and realize some kind of like a little bit of like an unknown danger that could have happened to you, that could have been with your life, that could have been part of your life. So this is a great time actually for your spiritual unfoldment, because through this situation, I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds bizarre, but because through this situation you're karmically going to grow, and you're going to realize something really important. You're also going to kind of get to the other side of your feelings, the other side of your emotions. And once you do this, once you see things from a slightly different angle, don't worry, it is all going to make sense for you, to you later. This is going to be life-changing months when it comes to you liking someone, when it comes to you fancying someone, because from this situation something really big is going to start happening. An unfoldment of your own feelings, an unfoldment of your own emotions is just going to kind of make you realize that when it comes to you liking and fancying people, there is something it's going to start happening here when it comes to you being very much so connected and feeling strongly towards some kind of type that is slightly different to what you normally go for. And that particular type that is different that you normally go for, it's going to be followed by, it's going to be following this particular situation. One step at a time, you will see exactly what I mean, but this time is ridiculously powerful indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, I love you to bits. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos, okay? I'm sending the brightest blessings, healing, love, and light to all of you. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.